collectibles are going to become digital.
I mean, that's the thing.
That's just the way it's going to go, right? Like your phone, everything's digital already. So virtual collectibles are going to be a thing for sure. That makes so much sense. But how are people valuing them that high? How? It doesn't make sense that they're that much money.
This is just so irrelevant.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Irrelevant Podcast. I don't even know what episode we're on. Doesn't even matter.
It's been a while.
Episode, we had Lex on. It was fantastic.
Definitely our best episode yet. And going to be hard to top that one following
Absolutely.
it up.
I almost feel like we have this expectation now because that episode was so well. You guys loved it. The most views we've ever got on this channel. We had just hit 7,000 subscribers.
Thank you guys so much,
thank you guys for the support. Seriously, it's very clear that we need to get more guests on the show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I think if anything, it's one thing to do, podcasts, but it's one other thing to just get them at this table in person and just talk to them and just sit down, relax, drink a water, drink a beer or something, and just talk about life.
Yeah.
Talk about what they're up to. And I think no matter what, me and Matt definitely want to get more guests on the podcast. We're definitely going to try to. It's just a matter of when and also how, because a lot of people can't travel right now, understandably, right? So good news is I do think something that's happening, I think, relatively soon. Did you hear that the COVID mandate here is lifting a little bit? I think we're finally getting dine-in restaurants.
We can finally eat out again. Yes.
Still obviously with mask and everything, but at least like going to your table and everything. But man, we haven't had restaurants here in what seems like a year almost.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. And I heard that, I don't know if that's correct, but Emma's talking to me about it, that she heard that they're lifting that like this next week. Like
that sounds right.
Coming when this podcast comes out, there might be, you might be able to eat at a restaurant in LA, which is crazy.
It's weird because I was just in Florida and like, it's so not the case there.
Do they just not care?
Oh, dude, we ate indoors 3 times. Like eating indoors to me was like, this is wild. This is like, I felt wrong doing it.
Yeah, obviously.
I was like a little scared, to be honest. Like, this is like, if anyone has it in here, we're toast. Like, this is it. Mm-hmm. And everyone there's just like, doesn't give a single.
Are people wearing masks?
No.
What?
No, they're not. I mean, it makes no, listen to this. It makes no sense.
Oh, no.
When you're walking and you're standing up and walking inside the restaurant, you have to wear a mask. The minute you sit down, you don't have to wear a mask.
Okay.
Which makes no sense at all. It doesn't make any sense.
So you sit down and then you're just done.
Just imagine a normal restaurant with tables and people sitting and eating. Yeah. No mask. Full capacity. Like, it was just weird. I'm not going to say it's wrong or right. I just think to me, it was weird because we've been in LA and that's so far from what it's been like here that it's weird. It's been a year of not having that. So you go back and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah,
I'm sitting next to people with no mask. This is really weird.
Yeah, that is wild to me. I don't even know what that feels like for the most part. I'm really curious if, man, I like, obviously everybody please stay safe, but I'm really hopeful like that things are at least on the decline a little bit. Hopefully, I think cases are going down here.
They still are.
That's why they're
we're doing really well here, actually, considering the population of California. We're doing really well now. They're actually, I just got an email today. They're going to open up rec sports again soon, recreational sports.
Nice.
In April, probably. And I believe the president just announced that by May 1st.
Wow.
He's
Biden
ordering, all states to have the eligibility for any adult to get the vaccine.
No.
By May 1st.
Wow. So anybody.
Anyone. That's what he's mandating. So we'll be able to get a vaccine by May 1st, according to that. If that holds true.
So if that holds true, then at least by the summer, hopefully we
should have everyone be able to get one,
at least early
if they
start.
Choose to.
Yeah, or at least
Which
like
is
start to. Yeah,
amazing. That's awesome. I'm getting like so excited to just the thought of being able to play sports again and go to eat at restaurants again.
I do want to say, like, to everybody listening, like, obviously with stuff lifting and with stuff on the decline, still stay safe, because there's definitely going to be those people 100% who just go, oh my God, we're free. And they just lose their mind and get into a group of like 40 people or something. Like, I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon or anything like that. Probably still just going to remain just hanging out with maybe you and Jess. Right. But I again, like, maybe things are looking up. we'll see.
I hope so, man. It feels that way. Spring's coming around. It's really cold in LA, so it doesn't feel like it's spring at all, but
yeah, it is really cold. That's why we're both wearing jackets, by the way. It's really cold.
You can see your breath outside. That is not normal for LA whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
But things are on the up and up, and hopefully that means we can also get a guest here more often because of, things getting better with COVID. Hopefully we can actually have some people come in here and it be like a normal thing where we don't have to worry too much about it. But having Lex on was great. Having Chop on was great. I think definitely want to get more guests coming on. Jack, at some point, hopefully we'll have him on. He's still working on his music, so we'll see about that. But
yeah.
What have you been up to, man? It's been a couple of weeks. I went to Florida, so that's why we weren't able to record a podcast. So my apologies, kind of my fault.
Dude, what the hell, bro?
But you got a great episode in Lex. You had it was like an hour 40, easily the best episode we've had. So hopefully that held people over.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking, like, "Hey, when's the next episode?" I'm like, dude, just watch that one again. It's so
watch it over again.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. Like talking to Lex, it was awesome. I saw Lex again this last weekend.
Yeah, I saw some pics.
Yeah, I went to go see him the other way around, and that went pretty well. So there was it's just really weird that Lex is just in California now.
It is weird,
even though he's kind of far away. He's like a couple hours away. It's just interesting. Like it's just weird thinking that this man from Canada that we just had on the podcast is still not really that far away. Like he could still probably come at any moment if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
So that, I don't know. It's just cool, man. It makes me like wonder who all of our friend group is going to be able to visit LA in the future. And not only that, like especially with COVID declining and stuff, hopefully like a year or two from now or something like that, like more people could visit and all that kind of stuff. But not only that, I'm so curious who's going to actually end up living here.
You think more people are going to come live here?
Maybe.
Nah.
Really?
Who?
What about Chop?
You think Chop will come?
I could see
you
Chop
just bought a
thinking
house.
about that man. That man wants to hang out with buds. I know him.
He does.
I know him. I feel like he wants to get a house. Like you'd probably want to get a house in like Austin or something, or LA or something like that.
Yeah, I could see Austin. I don't know if I could see him in LA. I hope I'm wrong. I mean, it sounds like you think he's going to.
No, I'm just saying. Like I'm curious. Like who all from that? Like Lex, I could see in California.
I think he's gonna end up in San Diego.
Really?
If Reagan doesn't move, then yeah, that's my guess.
So I mean,
which would be great because it's not LA, but it's close enough to be you can see him whenever you want.
That's true. That's very true.
So
we'll see. Other than that, I just moved, so that's another problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, since the last podcast, I haven't
seen your new place yet, but from what I've seen picture wise, it looks pretty nice.
Dude, I'm really stoked about it. Like we talked about the podcast, all the problems I have with my other apartment. Here's the update on everything, guys. I'm free. I am alive and well. No sickness. No, like honestly, like I feel like my health is better just living out of that apartment.
That's good to hear.
Because that place was just like dusty. It was like dusty, moldy.
It was dusty. You had no roof. Your toilet clogged.
Rainwater leaked on me. All kinds of stuff. They let me out of my lease. I'm at a new place. I don't want to say where I am, but I'm in a slightly different location than I was before. But yeah, like the place, and the other thing too is I moved in with M, and I said this on stream the other day, and I didn't want to say it until it happened because I didn't want to like freak people out, like, oh my God, JC, what are you doing, or something like that. But it's gone really, really well. Like the reason we were able to get like a nicer place is because we were able to move in together. Yeah, basically, it's actually cheaper. Like my living situation now is cheaper than my last place because we moved in together.
Right.
And it's a way better place. So like literally I just got like the best of two worlds. Like I got my girlfriend there now, and there's room for the both of us, and it's cheaper than my last place, which was horrible. And not only that, the thing that I love so much, Matt, and the thing that like I cannot stress it enough, guys, seriously. And I said I put out a tweet the other day like showing some of the room and stuff, but the way our apartment is set up is it's really like kind of a 2-bedroom kind of. So the way it's set up is one of the rooms is an office for me. So for the first time in my entire life, of streaming, making content, all that kind of stuff. I've always been operating with a bed behind me. I've always had my bed behind me, my living room behind me, or all this kind of stuff. This is the first time where I just have a room and there's my desk and there's my little like office couch. Sure. But I just have so much room. I have my own office space and it's closed off, and it's so good for your mental health to do that. Like, I can't even stress that enough. Like, especially working from home and all this kind of stuff now, like I assume a lot of people probably are having to put a desk set up in their bedroom or in their, living room or whatever,
or in their
like
kitchen or something.
Yeah. Like they have to, because they weren't expecting that, especially they're working at an office normally. Right.
Yep.
But I just feel really fortunate that I'm finally able to just be like, no. I got it this time. Like I got the little
man cave. You got your own little spot.
You walk in there, it's purple.
There you go.
It's just purple.
Sets the tone right off the bat.
Yeah, like I literally looked outside of my apartment complex, and not to like dox myself, but dude, like it's just this purple window. Like the whole window is purple. Like you can clearly tell that's a Twitch streamer.
If you're driving in LA and you see a purple window, there's a good chance that one of them is JC.
Probably. Like there's just, it's just purple. That whole room is purple and red and blue and those colors that I love. But you walk out of there and we got a living room, a kitchen, and then the sort of master bedroom area. And we got a guest bathroom. So people come over.
So I can use it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Dude, one of the worst things, man, is like when you want to go hang out with somebody and you're like, hey man, can I use your bathroom? And it's like their bedroom bathroom.
Yeah.
And you got to go through their
bedroom. It feels
bedroom.
A little weird. It feels like a little bit of.
It's like your bedroom here. Like I don't, and I've never really done this too much, but like I wouldn't want to walk through your bedroom to go to a bathroom.
Yeah.
We don't here, but if that was the case, it would bother me. And having just not having to even think about that feeling, like, we can just close off the whole bedroom side of the apartment if we have guests over, and there's a guest bathroom, and that's separated from the office too.
Perfect.
So literally, my office is by itself, and there's a closet with the office. So we have like the cosplays in there. Em's got her cosplays in the office room.
We got the cosplays. I got the
equipment. I got some like all kinds of stuff in there. Some, I don't know, cameras and stuff.
It's his favorite closet, the cosplay closet.
Yes. Yeah. She literally just got like randomly on stream this week. So our favorite princess is Princess Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty, and she just like randomly got that cosplay as I was streaming and like put it on and then walked into my stream, and I had no idea what was going on. She looked like Princess Peach on stream. Everybody's like, what is going on? And then we showed like the closet before, like on stream, and there's all these different ones in there. She's crazy. She also told me, Matt, that she would do any cosplay as long as I bought it. She's like, yeah, if you buy it for me, I'll do it.
Well, that's a win.
Do you know what kind of power that is?
That's a win, bro. That's a win.
Dude, we could do some like
this guy's literally loving this. We could do anything we want to her. She could be whatever cosplay we want.
I love cosplay. I think it's a really cool thing.
That's great.
I want to see her do like a, I don't know, like a trend. Like whenever there's like a really popping game, I want to just see her like do like a cool cosplay of one of the characters or something, because she could do it. And she's like one of those kind of people. It's like, I don't think I could do it that well. It's like, no, you could. You could.
Just got to talk her up, give her that confidence. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
But yeah, so I'm really happy. And then I also invested, and you're going to love this, in a second camera. Okay. And I think I asked you about it for advice. Mm-hmm. But I invested in a new Sony camera. I had a Sony a6300, which is what I used for like mostly all my streams in the past. If you guys have watched my streams, I'm sure you guys have. But now I have a Sony a6400. So I have
stepping it up.
I have both. I think the a6400 was released like 2 to 3 years ago or something. I don't know, maybe longer.
So which ones do you have? One like camera that you usually have your angle on, or do you have stuff behind you?
6300 is a wide angle camera with I forgot what kind of lens it is, but I think it's like a, oh my god, I don't remember what the aperture is on it, but
16, 24 maybe, 35.
No, but like the actual lowest setting for it.
Probably 16.
I don't know. Anyways, we have that one, and then I have the 6400 is more like my zoom cam. That's more zoomed in as I play.
Gotcha.
And you can like switch between the camera angles on stream, and so like for the first time ever, I finally have like different camera angles.
That's awesome.
That I can do on stream. So I've been really stoked about that, and streams have been crazy.
Yeah,
dude. Like actually insane. Like I love streaming again, like so much. Like it's not like I didn't like streaming before, but like I've been my chat like I'm sure a lot of you guys watching the video too, this video or this podcast, like you guys have encouraged me so much to keep streaming. Like the support has been unreal. This guy donated to my stream, like literally life-changing money, man. Like for LA rent and all this kind of stuff. Donated like literally a couple $1,000 this week. It's crazy. It's one of the I think maybe the craziest donation night I've ever had. And I figured out who this person was, and it was some guy who's apparently a developer for Roblox games.
No way.
He has like 400,000 followers on Twitter, and he donated to me like.
Was it all at once or like multiple different donations?
It was like multiple. It was like multiple different donations of massive amounts of money. It was like
what's his name?
His name was Manytoon.
Manytoon. Okay.
And I didn't like. I still don't know a lot about this guy. But he apparently has watched our content forever. He donated apparently he donated $1,000 to Lex in the same day.
Oh man.
So I don't know what happened.
So this guy's popping on Roblox.
And he sent me the money. He's like, trust me, like you can have this money, like you deserve it more than me. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I don't. Like what? And that was a crazy thing that happened this week. Is I was just like sitting there like, oh my God, like this guy just donated this much money and I'm playing. I don't even know what I was playing. Like I was just chatting or something. And it was just such a hype event. And I just feel really like blessed this week, honestly. Like
That's
feel
awesome,
I feel
dude.
way too like, I feel very undeserving because you know what I mean? Like when someone sends that much, you're like, bro, I don't even know like what to say. Like if someone came up to you on the street and gave you $1,000, you would be like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
Is this real? Like, I thought it was a joke at first.
Dude, that's got to be a weird feeling. That it's really, you don't know how to react to that.
You don't.
There's no good way to react to that. There's nothing you can do that's like,
just like,
thank you enough for what you just did. That's insane.
I felt so, like, I always get into these vibes, especially this week, where I'm like, I feel like I said thank you like 100 times. I'm like, this has to be annoying. Like, I just sit here and I just go, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just like, this has to be annoying, but I don't know. Like, it was still good streams and it was a good time.
I popped into your stream today, and I think Shorty said that she also dropped,
bro,
like a $500 either gifted sub.
I
or
don't know
dono,
why.
And I was like, what the?
They're insane. Like they are so supportive, and I will never understand why. And again, I'm so grateful for everybody watching the podcast and just supporting us. But like, guys, we never expect you, like, especially on like stream and stuff, like we never expect people like to have to donate or anything like that. And people are like, nah,
hey man, they're
like, nah, you should expect. It's like, what are you
nah,
talking
you
about?
should
No.
expect this.
No. So
Well,
just like,
we
just enjoy you guys watching. We do.
You're creating a fun space for people to get away and have some entertainment and find a community and interact with each other. And that's, guess, their way of saying thank you. I mean, some people really go crazy with it.
Yeah.
But
it's like, it's just mind blowing.
It's nuts. The community, just the internet community in general is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah. It's, bro, the amount of stuff that can, like, I'm not even thinking about like normal donos. I'm thinking like the charity stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we all like band together and do like a charity event or something, it's insane like what gets accomplished.
Yeah.
And you're just like, how is this even, like, I'm sitting behind a monitor and we are like pulling together this entire community of people to like raise money for like a good goal, right? And the internet blows my mind for all its faults of like, yeah, there's dark stuff on the internet, and yeah, there's like things that have happened and all this kind of stuff. Like, oh, the internet's dangerous. Don't get on the internet, kids.
Don't be on the internet.
It's such a powerful and beautiful tool at times to really bring people together. And yeah, I've seen it in your streams too. You need to stream more. I'm gonna be on your case.
I was gonna stream today, but then
you saw me streaming and you said no.
I saw you and I was like, he's been at it for like 4.5 hours. He's probably gonna be done soon.
Oh yeah.
So if he comes right after he's done the podcast, I'm not gonna have not a lot of time to stream, and I don't want to like hop on and be like, yeah, I gotta go real bye.
Yeah.
No, but that is definitely a goal of mine to stream more, because
Dude, people love your streams.
Schedule is 3 days a week, but I don't usually hit 3 days a week. It's usually like 2, sometimes 3.
Dude, I'm telling you, load up just a stream and just chat.
My just chatting streams are easily the best streams I have. I'm not meant to play games. I've learned that over the years that the gaming thing is not really me. I'm not good at them. I'm terrible at multitasking. Awful, just god awful. I cannot play a game well and chat. I can't do it. I don't know what it is, man, but I can't do it.
You just don't know wall.
So I should just chat. Those are the best ones. I have the most fun personally, and I think the stream itself goes the best.
Isn't that crazy that's like, especially on Twitch too? It's like a gaming centric platform.
Yeah.
Just chatting is like, I would say for most streamers, it's probably one of the most popular categories for them.
Yeah.
If not the most. Because you just get so like you just get so interactive.
Exactly.
You know?
It's way more interactive than you could ever be while playing a game.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know.
Sometimes I hate to start a game. I'm like, oh, I want to start a game.
Dude, I try to start the game, like, we'll be playing with like friends, and I'm like, let me get like 10 to just chat and, warm up the stream and like talk to them. And then I'm like 10 minutes in, and I'm like, shit, I don't even want to play the game. I just want to keep chatting. So it's like I should just focus on doing a couple of just chatting streams per week and just skip the games.
Dude, the other thing I would say, don't worry if it's at a weird time from everybody else.
It's whenever I try to do it around 6 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
So that's not too late for the East Coast guys.
See, that's fine. Like there's a couple of streams I did, like when I first moved in, I was like coming back.
Some late ones out here.
Dude, I was staying up till like 3 a.m.
Here.
Yeah, on like work nights.
And you were getting the UK folks waking up.
Yeah, they would wake up and they'd be like, JC, you're on a UK schedule? I'm like, no. I just haven't gone to sleep.
Dude, that's how it was for me initially. It was like most of my guys were Ireland, UK, like none of them were actually US because it was so late.
Yeah.
It's like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. East Coast. No one's awake. So anyway, I'll try to do some more.
Gotta do more. Chat. And everybody, well, I say chat to just everybody at this point, but to everybody listening, tell Matt to stream more. just tell him. Just add him on Twitter. Be like,
I'll do what I do. I'll do what I can. To me right now, it's not the priority, not the focus, and that's like, I don't expect it to be anything crazy because right now it's just for fun. It really is truly for fun, but I do want to do it more because it is fun to do and it's rewarding for sure.
Yeah. Do we have to get the boys together for Among Us whenever the new map comes
Bro,
out?
can we please play Among Us? No one plays it anymore. I'm like, man, I didn't get nearly enough out of that game. There was so much more that could have been done with that game for me personally.
We need to do like Among Us mods and stuff.
I haven't done them yet. I'm just waiting for the boys to be ready to play again.
I don't know if they will be.
They might not.
We have to force them. We have to force them.
Bro, you just let me know when you're ready. You have my number. I'll answer right away. I'm in for that.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what else has happened this week to talk about. We had you were gone. I was moving. Like there was a lot happening.
Yeah.
For the most part. Here's another thing. We want to talk about this. So did you see WandaVision?
I've seen 7 out of the 9 episodes.
Oh my God. How did you not finish?
Dude, because Jess won't. We watch an episode every couple nights. And I'm like, yo, one more. And she's like, no. We have to let it, play it up. Let it go. Like, make it last. And I'm like, no, you don't. How do you not want to know what happens next?
I would do that with like a show that isn't trending currently. Like I'm wanting to get into this show right now called The Expanse. Mm-hmm. And it's this sci-fi show that I really want to get into. And I'm kind of like chill about it though. Like, I'm like, I don't need to binge it. Because it's fine, because this show has already been running for a while and it's not trending right now or anything like that, even though people are talking about it. But with WandaVision, it's like everybody was talking about it every week. So I was like, I got to be caught up. I got to figure this out right now, because if not, my Twitter's going to spoil me.
Yeah, it's going to spoil it for you.
So
I haven't been spoiled yet, probably because I don't follow a lot of people that talk about it.
You got to
Should we talk about it?
No,
spoil it for people or no?
Well, you're not done, but you got to one twist of it, right?
We just got the very end of last episode.
Don't spoil it, but
okay.
You know what I'm talking about. The main. I think I know where you're at. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, if I can't say it, then you're not gonna. I mean, okay. I don't know. It's good though. It's a good show. It started out, like you said, it started out like really confusing, like what the heck's going on. It's definitely helpful to have watched Avengers and know like have a backstory
has Jess watched Avengers?
No. So she's got like every like 30 minutes I got to explain like what's going on, who this person is, why this like how this makes sense.
That does kind of make it hard.
It's tough because she's got no clue about any of the backstory. And without that, it's you wouldn't be able to pick it up as not knowing.
I agree.
The
my
story.
mom, I don't think could watch this. Like,
it would make no sense.
She
I would say
maybe enjoy like the first couple episodes for being like, like old timey and stuff. Right. Like having that style, but all the stuff. Yeah, with Wanda,
you need the backstory, or it's like it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think it's super cool that they have like every episode's like a different era.
Yeah,
and they did them really well. They did the little intros, like they did like The Office as one of them. Yep. They have I think the last one was like a Modern Family type situation. Yep. Dude, just they nailed it. They nailed like the style. It's so cool from like a creative perspective. Be like, they really nailed it. Like this is a totally different way of shooting, style, coloring, like just like interaction among the characters.
When they set up the show, they genuinely went, hey, we want to have a different, distinct style for each episode.
And they really nailed it.
Yeah.
Which is, I thought it was
that
super
was my
cool.
favorite part.
Super cool.
Like, I finished it, but I'm curious what you think about the ending once you get to it. But I'm in like the boat of like Act 2 is like the best for me. That's where I'm at. Like the ending, I'm kind of like, okay, it was all right. It was pretty good.
Wasn't that good? Wasn't the best.
But it wasn't like, it didn't blow my mind.
Is it? Does it like close the story?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
But it's just more like I loved like the sort of build up and then like the Act 2, like just this when things start going haywire a little bit and you're like, okay, what's going on? Like that kind of like that was my favorite part about the show because it was something that Marvel's always had this thing where a lot of Marvel movies to me just kind of feel like Marvel movies. I don't know how to explain that. They just go down this route of, oh, here's a hero. He has this, specific power or a specific type, or it's an origin story or whatever. And then also the other thing, and like most of the Marvel movies, like there's always this thing of, yeah, whoever the villain is like the exact same as like, like Ant-Man. I think the villain in that movie was Yellow Jacket or something, which was like identical to Ant-Man, but just another bug. And then like you had the same with Iron Man, the original with like Ironmonger.
Like, yeah.
You had even like Black Panther, like love that movie, don't get me wrong, but towards the end it's like a CGI fight at the end, right? Of like the same sort of abilities. Like in Black Panther, I like the fight where they're on the cliffside and like the waterfall fight where it's just them. Yeah. I like that fight more in the last fight in Black Panther just because it feels more like personal and just I don't know, I just like that bit a lot more. And I think I have that feeling a lot with Marvel. I'm like, once it gets down to just the sort of like the formula, it just gets very like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's another Marvel show that's coming out. It's starting very soon, by the way. So like we're about to have another Marvel show right after this one, after Wanda. And that one seems a little bit more like normal Marvel to me. Like, oh, okay, you got two guys, they're heroes and they're fighting crime and, fighting bad guys and all that kind of stuff. But what I loved about WandaVision is that someone probably watched WandaVision at the beginning and they're like, this is weird. This is not normal Marvel. I don't like this. And to me, I like that part of it. Like they were not afraid at the beginning. Towards the end, it gets a little bit more like normal Marvel, but I love how like the beginning, like Act 1, Act 2 of the show a lot was just, wow. I haven't seen like they really like set out to do we're gonna do a period piece of each one of these eras, in a TV show of two characters really that aren't the most popular characters in our IP either, which is very interesting too. And I think like now, I think Wanda is probably one of my favorite, if not maybe favorite MCU character. I love her. I think whether what happens story wise with her, like I just love like her character development and everything. I think it's awesome. I still remember in in game, the moment when she like attack. I think we talked about some podcasts before, but there's like a moment where she like almost kills Thanos.
Yeah,
and she just like almost 1v1'd him, and he's like, send down missiles because I'm dying, and he's like freaking out, and you're like, oh my god, she literally was just gonna kill him.
Yeah,
like if he didn't send down the missiles from like the ship, like she would have just killed him right there. And I'm like, jeez, bro,
she's powerful. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I love like oh, the other thing is what I was gonna say. Sorry, I'm a talking box tonight, but the other thing I was gonna say is that what is it? The thing that I loved. Thank God, bro. Here's the thing that okay. Is it just me, or has every show, movie, or whatever overdone the 80s way too much? Way too much. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Stranger Things has completely... Completely, like, people were like, oh, wow, Stranger Things is good? Let's just 80s.
Copy 80s, everything.
Let's put 80s into every
You know what? You do
thing.
have a fair point with that. Right? I've seen, like, a resurgence of that.
Yeah, like the Wonder Woman movie was 80s for no reason. Like, it was just 80s. It's like, why? Just cause.
Why?
Like, there wasn't that many 80s elements into it.
People love the 80s, man. I don't know.
But
see, Stranger Things to me like has since they were, I guess, the first in recent time.
Yeah.
From like a really popular show. That to me like has a great feeling that it's the 80s.
No, I'm saying Stranger Things is great.
It fits it.
I love Stranger Things. I'm just saying, like, I think a lot of ever since Stranger Things, I just have seen everywhere in media. I mean, Cold War, like Black Ops Cold War is 80s. Like, everything is 80s. And what I loved about WandaVision...
Cold War did straight up copy Stranger Things. You cannot convince me otherwise. I swear, the devs, I love you guys, but you guys must be hardcore Stranger Things fans because they straight up stole that shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
Dude, the D Machine literally has so many features that are straight out of Stranger Things Season 3, it's not even funny. He didn't even try to hide it. It's like the exact same thing. The machine, it looks identical. The whole, like, just the story itself is eerily similar.
Yeah, it seems very inspired by Stranger Things.
Inspired, yeah.
Inspired. Hey, you can take inspiration. It's fine.
Yeah,
you can take inspiration. It's fine. It's whatever. But no, I totally get what you mean. I've talked to you about that too. It's like there's a lot of stuff in Cold War where I'm like, bro, you can tell that they love season 3.
They've been binging it, dude.
To
their credit, season 3 was the best, I think.
They also had that mall DLC map come out for MP. It was called the Pines or whatever. I know like malls were a big thing in the 80s.
Not a coincidence.
But like that was the whole
point
of season 3 of Stranger Things.
Starcourt Mall, is that what it's called? Yeah.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. But my point is WandaVision is one of those things where, oh my God, I was like, yo, 50s? Yo, another era that's not the 80s. And granted, I think the 80s is in there.
It is.
But it's like, oh, it's a part of all these other ones, right? And I just liked how there was, it just felt different. It just felt different from a lot of the other stuff that I've seen. And I loved that.
It's good, dude.
Like watching Wonder Woman, the new Wonder Woman movie that was like all 80s. And the movie wasn't the greatest thing to me. And then watching WandaVision, I was like, oh man, I love this. I love how
I'm glad they took a little risk and made it different than the typical Marvel movie or Marvel show. I've enjoyed it. I'm like eager to finish it. There's a chance we finish it after the podcast tonight.
Nice.
Although she's not going to stay up that late, I don't think.
Rip.
It's too late already.
Rip.
But it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's a good show, and I'm excited to finish watching it. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Did you see that? You know who Beeple is?
No.
Okay, so Beeple
I don't know that
is a like a digital artist, and his NFT, his collection, just sold for $69 million. Okay. Now, it's a little unfair to say $69 million because technically that's not what it's sold for.
Transition from Wanda?
It's crazy, dude. It's just another crazy thing that's happening right now. It's all crazy.
Well, can you explain what NFTs are?
So
because this has been happening this past week or so, and we wanted to talk about it.
It's been a couple weeks, yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
So NFTs are non-fungible tokens.
This is basically crypto.
It's literally crypto art, more or less.
Okay.
It's digital art.
Right.
That fungible means it can't be replicated. It can't be copied. It's like a limited thing.
Right.
It's like a trading card, right?
Right.
Like a Michael Jordan or a whatever, basketball card, Pokemon card. There's only a limited number of them in the world.
Yeah.
Think of this like a digital trading card.
So it's like a Bitcoin baseball card.
No. It's digital art that is verified to be one of its kind, like only one of its kind. It's verified by the blockchain. So like crypto is on the blockchain, the digital art is on the blockchain. Like Cardano's on the blockchain. Yeah. So it's using that technology. Yeah, but it's not money.
Yeah.
It's art, or it's trading cards or collectibles, or it's mostly just digital art. That's probably the best way to encompass the whole thing.
So what I saw, and I think this is the first thing that I saw NFT wise. I didn't know anything about it until I saw this. Mm-hmm. But I saw something on Twitter where there's this thing called like NBA Top Shots.
Top Shots.
Yeah, NBA Top Shots. And I was like, what the hell is this? Because somebody was tweeting about it. I think it was like somebody was working for like COD or something. I don't know. It's like some dev or something who's, someone who's definitely in the digital space. Scene. And I saw that apparently one of these NFTs or whatever, that's an NFT, right?
Yeah. That's like one of the most popular things right now. Yeah.
So I saw this thing called NBA Top Shots. And on the Twitter, it like showed, yo, this Top Shot just got sold for $200,000. And I was like, what? And then I clicked on it, and what it was a highlight video of LeBron dunking, I think. Yeah. It was a highlight of like from the new season or something, of LeBron just dunking. And apparently, from what I understand, that clip could also be found on YouTube.com and watched freely, or, it was on TV like normal, right? But it's essentially like I have a highlight video of LeBron as like a baseball card or something, or like a baseball, as a sports card. Yeah. Right. And like when you have it, it like shows it, like it showed like the highlight, and it goes like, right. And you're like, I own that.
This guy's on some other level tonight, and I love it.
But like that's I guess that's the pull of it, is like I'm the only one who owns this specific version of the highlight of LeBron dunking. Isn't that weird?
This is like, if you don't understand crypto, I don't know how you could ever understand NFTs, because I personally, while I do understand how it works and the concept, I do not, and I don't know if I ever will be able to understand the values that people are assigning to these things. Right. Because like you said,
it's totally like perceived value.
Okay.
Right?
That's one example. Top Shot's a great example, because it's like baseball cards, but it's literally just highlight clips.
See, I can at least think about that one more, because I'm like, okay, it's a digital
It makes a little bit more
card.
sense when you think about it that way. Here's another. The Beeple is like the most popular digital artist right now. He made a GIF of Trump as a statue, getting like people just walking past him, like a dead statue, like he's just laying on the ground, and his writing all over him. It's a piece of art, right? It's like a commentary on Trump.
It's like it's like almost like a political comment.
Yeah, it's like a political commentary on him losing the election.
Okay.
But it's a piece of art, right?
Yeah.
It's quite literally a 10-second GIF. It just repeats. It's a video, and it's like just literally people walking back and forth. It's like CGI. Yeah. I believe it sold for $60 million. It might be 6.6 million. I might be wrong. What? Doesn't matter. It's still millions of dollars.
What?
That's my point. I can right now go and screen record that GIF, and it's on my computer as a file forever. I could share it on Twitter. I could post it on YouTube. I could email it to 1 million people.
But it's the act of being the
But I don't own it.
But you don't own it.
Everyone can see it. Everyone can watch it. Everyone can put it on their computer, but they don't own it. Some guy who bought it, there's only one of them ever. He owns it.
So is it
for $6 million?
You said 69 or 6?
I think that one was 6.6. I think initially it sold for 600,000.
Okay.
And then it resold for 6.6 million.
I thought you said 69 million at the start. I was like,
the one that just sold yesterday was 69 million. It's a different piece, but that's this dude.
No, don't worry about that one.
That one's very different. This guy is selling these like. And I don't know how this all works, but I'm pretty sure he gets like a cut every time it resells. He gets a portion of the resale
every time
price.
It sells between a person to person.
Yeah, I think he gets like a kickback on like
what the.
But what I don't understand, how does someone put $60 million valuation on a GIF? I get that it's one of one. I get that it's digital art. I get that it's backed by the blockchain and it's like totally secure that you're the only one that owns it. I get that. But give me that poop hat over there. Okay? Let me just give you an example here. This poop hat, there's none other like it. It's the only one in the world that exists this way. You know? The only one.
Our audio listeners are going to be so confused.
I could not sell this for more than $10 to anyone in this earth.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, how does that make sense that something else is worth that much, but the poop hat's not?
And it's not even like, you can't even
grab it, right? And
yeah.
like this you can't copy because I own it. It's in my hands. Like, you'll never be able to do it this way, right? This is one of one. Just assume that it's one of one.
It's just a very good poop hat.
It's a great poop hat. Like, there's a little bit of rip in the back here. Like, no other one has a rip in the back. So this one's truly unique.
Yeah.
The GIF, you could just copy and download it. You can't do that with this. You can't copy matter. You can't clone this, you know? So technically this should have more value than the GIF or the baseball card or the Top Shots card.
Maybe it's because it can't degrade because it's digital. Is that a reason?
Probably part of it. I get it, but I don't understand how it's worth that much.
See, why hasn't this gone to like Pokemon cards yet?
Well, Pokemon cards are still tangible. It's still physical.
Yeah, but like why
I bet you at some point they'll be digital. And then it will be like the Top Shots thing is already it's already taking it there. Yeah. And I actually was on the site the other day. It's funny you bring that up. Looking, I was like, yo, I want to get in this. I don't know anything about NFTs, but I want to be a part of it.
No, hold on, we gotta stop for a second. I love how we have this whole conversation and we're like, dude, I just don't understand how that could possibly have more value than this poop hat right here that's tangible in front of my hands. So I want to get in on it.
Dude, true.
Why is that like literally us? It's like,
dude, it's just like
it's weird tech.
I was looking at it and I'm like, to get one that's like a truly rare one, like only 50 copies made of the LeBron dunk. It's like it is like $200,000 for one of them. It's like, yo, how can I could never be like, yo, I spent my life savings on this Top Shot card. But then if you go and resell it for like 5 times the amount, it's like, okay, well then that was totally a great idea. I don't know. I was actually talking to Milo about this. He hit me up about it. He's like, yo, dude, I'm trying to get an NFT. I'm not going to say how much because I don't want to. Yeah. I feel like it's public knowledge. You can go and find it on his profile. But he bid an absurd amount of money on this Beeple. Like, it was literally, I can show it to you after the stream or after the podcast. It's literally this rotating head, like statue head of Beeple, of the artist, made by someone else. And it was selling for a ridiculous amount of money. And he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, look, dude, I was bidding back and forth against this guy. And then I looked at, like, you can see how much money someone has in their wallet when you're bidding against them, which is crazy to me.
What the?
Like on eBay, when you bid, you have no idea what they'll bid. They could bid whatever they want, right?
Obviously,
you have no idea.
Yeah.
On it's Nifty something.
Nifty Smith?
No, not Nifty Smith. That's what I was going to say. Nifty Maker or something. I don't know. It's some website that does these like NFT sales. You can see apparently what the other person has in their wallet. She's like, dude, I literally was going head to head against a whale. This guy had like, I don't know, like $1 million in his wallet, like an absurd amount of money in his wallet. He's like, there's no way I could have won that. There's no way I could have beat him out because he had so much money to put down. So Mal didn't get it. But I was just like, dude, I'd be pooping myself if I had put that much money on a bid for a GIF of a dude that's just becoming famous right now.
That is nuts. That is absolutely
It's crazy. It's crazy. But then he's like, dude, I feel like this thing could be worth $1 million next year.
What's the site for this? What is it?
Is
there like a specific site for his art? Or is there multiple sites?
There's like exchanges, just like Coinbase for crypto.
There's just like this whole other thing. We just got into crypto.
Okay, so Foundation app is one of them.
I literally just got into crypto, and now I'm learning about something.
It's the Nyan Dogecoin, right? That's literally it. That's the NFT. It's a GIF of you've seen Nyan Cat.
Yeah.
Guess how much it sold for? There's only one of them.
$50,000.
82,000.
Oh my god! What?
Hold on, let me find the. Okay, so this is. I'll put these on the screen for the stream to see. This is the one he was bidding on.
Oh.
That's Beeple.
Immortalizing in digital stone.
Yeah, right.
What on earth?
Look at the bids. The second bid's Milo, the pink one. Can you believe? Like, that is just a unbelievable amount of money. In my opinion. And of course, to each his own. You earn that money, you do what you want with it, and
what the actual hell?
Dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. And when you think about it, you think about like the singularity stuff, right? Like this all makes so much sense to me.
Yeah.
It does. It's like everything's going to become digital. Money's going to become digital. Collectibles are going to become digital.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
that's just the way it's going to go, right? Like your phone, everything's digital already. So virtual collectibles are going to be a thing for sure. That makes so much sense. But how are people valuing them that high? How? It doesn't make sense that they're that much money.
Dude, when this goes down the route of Pokemon cards and like...
Dude, have you seen the Pokemon card? Do you see Logan Paul's recent thing?
I mean, it's
follow
insane.
That stuff?
I don't watch Logan stuff really, but I mean, I've seen Noah like open up like, what, $5,000 worth or something?
Yeah, well, yeah. So the Holy Grail is like the original Pokemon base pack. Edition 1.
Yeah.
Logan Paul opened his. He paid $350,000 for the box. Sold each pack, all the packs together. He sold for over $1 million. And then the cards that he pulled from the pack, he pulled 2 Holo Charizards, Edition 1, that are worth somewhere around $500,000 right now, but they might be worth more because it was pulled from him. If they're graded PSA 10, they could be worth $1 million like by the end of the year, probably. The one card. Just like absolutely nuts. That doesn't make, like, how do you value, I don't know.
Dude, that just makes me want to like make some like freaking, like, I don't know. Can we just make like a...
Can we make our own cards? Can we make some irrelevant cards?
It just says irrelevant.
And there's only one of them, so it's worth a shitload of money.
Yeah. It's just a PNG of the irrelevant sign.
Yeah, dude, that's it. And anyone can have it, but like you don't technically own it unless you have the NFT.
That's so funny.
It's crazy because it's like you could, with this in mind, you could have, like Elon Musk's girlfriend Grimes, right?
Yeah.
She released some of her own artwork or songs and sold like $6 million worth in a day.
Okay, I heard this, right? I heard somewhere that people are doing this with songs.
Yeah.
So like, what does that mean exactly? Like you sell, you put a, like, oh, I own this song, or like
I don't know
a playback of this song.
That's confusing to me because I think Pat said he was going to try to do an NFT for one of his upcoming songs, which I think is a genius idea, but I have no idea what that actually means.
Well, it'd be like, okay, it'd be like this, right? Okay, let's think about it this way. Let's think about in the collectible mindset, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of collecting a Pokemon, let's think of collecting a digital Pokemon. All right, now let's go further and say it's not a Pokemon. Let's say we're collecting a song, right?
Okay.
Right? Let's say I, as a person, am one of 3 people who owns an NFT of like an Ariana Grande song.
Right.
That has to be worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Because it would be. What
is the difference between the NFT and the song itself? Because I think clearly, like, Ariana and her label are going to own the song.
Right.
That's not changing.
I think it's
you own the collectible version of the song.
But it's the same thing though with the highlight clips for like the sports stuff, right? Like probably like one of these sports channels, right? Like ESPN, probably that video footage is theirs.
Yeah.
Right. But then somehow it's still like this
how does
other thing that
how
can
does
be
Top
owned?
Shots get the approval to put it in a card?
Yeah.
And sell it for
the
what
footage
they sell
is owned
for.
by somebody.
Yeah.
And then also LeBron's in it.
Right.
Right. So does he own some bit of it?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works.
So like how do you if like I made a song and I'm like, okay, only 5 people can own this song on an NFT or something. Is it even still my song? I don't understand. How does that work? And is it like just like a playback? I
think the collectibles thing
yo,
is,
bump this music. Yo, I'm one of the only 5 in the world who has this digitally traced blockchain signature on it. You can't tell at all, but this is the only song.
You'll never know unless I say something and pull out my.
They just like pull up like an
Yeah,
entire.
it's like that's me right there. Yeah, user 5555344. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
What I love about this stuff, though, as much as it sounds absurd, what I love about technology is that every single time technology goes this route, or like every time we have more like technological advancements, I feel like there's always something that just comes out of nowhere that just makes no sense somehow. And it's like 10 years ago, or let's just say like 20 or 30 years ago, can you imagine telling somebody that, a baseball card would be digital, but it gets sold for this amount of money? They'd be like,
the fuck?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what? What do you mean digital? And what do you mean that you're not holding that in your hand? It can be deleted, right? No, can't be. What if the internet shuts down? We don't worry about that.
We don't worry about that. It ain't happening.
So I don't know. We're going down this path of I'm so curious where not only money's gonna go in terms of I can't wait till society gets to a point where everything's just credit, or
yeah,
there is
cash
no dollar,
yeah,
right? I don't know when the hell that will happen. Maybe it all becomes money on a blockchain, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I don't.
This guy.
But it's weird, man. I'm so interested to see where that goes. I saw just a little bit of it. Again, the NFT stuff, I'm not super knowledgeable on it. Me
neither.
I've done a lot more research on crypto, but not on this. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's
to
in
me,
the same
almost.
realm, but I get it. I get the idea behind it. I just don't understand how people are pegging values on these things. Clearly, people that are spending that much money have the money to spend and have a reason that they think that it's worth it. I just don't know how they get to that. This is worth $6 million. Done. How do you? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
What the thought process is there. What do they know that we don't know? Or what? How is that?
Is
how
it
are
something where they just see how high it is before and they're like, oh yeah, let me just raise it a little bit more, and then they're like,
just go for it and then hope that it gains value, or you just really love the piece and you're willing to pay.
Yeah. How do you judge what the value is?
Just multiple generations worth of money to own that piece. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy to see where it goes, because I tell you this: if these valuations of these NFTs it's got to come back to earth at some point.
Right.
This just because then anyone and everyone's gonna start making NFT anything that they can.
Right.
Every artist will be doing that. And then it's okay, it's so diluted. There's no way that all of these things could be worth millions of dollars. There's just no way.
Right.
Even if they're one of one.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous, right? I think. So I don't know. I mean, it could be
We'll
a bit
see.
of a bubble, just because it's so new and it's people are just going crazy with it. Who knows? Who knows? I just think we should start a collective fund to buy an NFT as a group and just see what happens. I just want to be a part of these movements, man. I just want to be a part of, the innovation that's happening around the world. I want to be.
Someone's thinking about it. I want to be
in the early adopter.
Yeah, somebody's thinking about it big brain, and when they thought about it, they're like, they did it, and they're rich now.
Whoever owns Top Shots is doing fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
I gotta believe. Although their packs don't sell for that much. It's a couple $100.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's...
The resales where they get you crazy.
Yeah. It's definitely...
Dang, dude.
They're living it.
We're an hour in. I can't believe this. Every time we have no topics to discuss on the show, we end up talking way longer. Way longer. It's great. We have some topics.
We do have some topics.
But
I don't know how many we're going to get to. Maybe like one or two here to close off the podcast. But we're going to move over to our Q&A section. As always, we like to have some Q&A at the end of the podcast. And always, guys, be sure to leave comments on the podcast episode on YouTube or send us questions on Twitter. I tweeted out tonight, just anybody have any topic ideas, because we were just kind of running low. And you guys posted like 36 replies or something. But just feel free to tweet us all the time. Just be like, at MC Sports Talk, at JC Backfire, I have a topic idea. And if I see it and I like it, I'll screenshot it and we'll talk about it on the podcast. I do want to do a quick shout to Dakota K, who mentioned talk about WandaVision, which we talked about tonight.
We did.
And Horchata Puss, hopefully I said that right. I don't know what that means. Saying, what's your view on the NFT craze? So we talked about that as well. So shout out to both of you. What does that mean?
That name, bro.
Horchata Puss? Is that something bad? Oh, no. Is that something bad? I don't know.
Just keep going.
Is that something bad?
No, I mean, no. I mean,
is it?
How is it spelled? Let me see.
Wait, is it bad?
The way you said it sounded like something different. Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
It's fine. We're good.
Okay. Okay. You better put that one on screen because so people know what I'm actually reading.
Yeah, it'll be a lot funnier if they can see what it is. Yeah. I'm like, what? That's his actual name? Okay.
So we have two questions. Let's end off the podcast with two questions. All right. We have one from Arctic McCraft. Hopefully I said that right. What jobs did you guys have before YouTube and Twitch? I don't know if we've answered this one.
That's a great one.
I think we've talked about like school, and we talked about maybe a little bit of what we did before, but like what jobs specifically have we done that's just very outside the realm of probably normal stuff that we did? We could hit that one.
I had pretty standard jobs before.
Okay.
Before YouTube. I mean, some people definitely know about
I think that's what they want to know.
One of the jobs, because
the straws.
I got fired from it from not knowing where the straws were.
Yeah.
It was like a deli, like a, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a country club.
Like Subway? No.
Where they had like a little hut with food. It was like pizza, sandwiches, snacks. Ooh. And I worked in the little hut giving them the food.
And you didn't get the straws.
And I couldn't find the straws. I didn't know where they were, and I got fired. I also got flashed by the same boss who fired me. So people know that story pretty well.
That is so strange.
It's a weird story, but it was good until it wasn't. So
every relationship ever.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. So that was one of my jobs. I also worked. My grandpa used to own a couple Ace Hardware stores.
Nice.
Yeah, and he had like an online part of the sales. Ooh. So they did like eBay and Amazon, and I helped with the eBay and Amazon listings.
Oh God. Okay.
Which was, it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely not anywhere near what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Those were like the two main jobs I really had.
That's okay because I only have like two.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot.
So I like those. By the way, those are. I didn't know about the last one. I knew about the first one, not the last one.
Yeah.
The two I had, and I think you know about the first one. So I grew up with my dad owning a yogurt store. I think I've mentioned this before a little bit in the podcast, but so he owned a yogurt store called TCBY, and it's called the country's best yogurt, and it was the country's best yogurt, dude. It was freaking fire, and I think it's like a franchise, so there's a lot of TCBYs everywhere. But he had like one of the top stores, like in the country. I feel like I'm pretty sure it was like on one of the top 5 charts or something like that for TCBYs at the time.
Yeah,
I don't know when that was, but he just took really good care of it, and I just sort of was born into the life of my dad always working at a yogurt store. And when I was little, I used to like run the cash register and all that kind of stuff, even when I was like 8. Like I would just be that kid who's like, I remember one time I was I was running the drive-through because I liked the drive-through, or I did then. I probably wouldn't like the drive-through now. Mm-hmm. But I was running the drive-through and I was collecting, money and taking orders and stuff. And this lady got really, really mad at me because she knew I was like a kid. She was like, "Why are you like, you shouldn't be working. Like you didn't get my order correctly or something like that, or you didn't get my like," I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember being really sad. Because I was just like in the drive-thru, and I'm like 9 or so. I don't know how old I was. I must have been like maybe like 10. I don't know how old I was. I don't know. But like I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm trying to learn how to work. You know what I mean? And like I just got roasted by this lady one time. She was just having a horrible day, I guess. As she comes to gets her yogurt.
How can you be mad when you're getting yogurt?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. People just need a snack, I guess. They're not
they're
hungry.
They're hangry, yeah.
But yeah, so I remember getting like yelled at in the drive-thru before. I ran the cash registers. I also like got the yogurt before like myself, served it. And cleaned up around there, worked in the back, helped with stocking, and every single time there was a new shipment of more yogurt and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of like where that was like my normal, like typical, like not YouTube job kind of thing.
Yeah.
For the most part. And my dad had that store forever, so I was just there for a while. But then also, my other job I had was I worked for the Board of Education for my high school to work a tech assistant job for like a summer or so. I can't remember how long it was exactly. But I also had like a tech assistant class I was taking where there was only like 3 or 4 of us in there because we were like the only tech assistants. And there was like an opportunity to like take it further and like work during the summer and stuff. Yeah. So I did that for a bit as well. And it was just like prepping for the new school year and all that kind of stuff. So that was my second thing I did in high school, sort of near graduation and all that kind of stuff. I just did some tech assistant stuff. And we had like, our school had like MacBooks. So every kid had to have a MacBook, and every kid had a tech problem. And it was just that you needed a tech assistant like group. So I was part of that group. And yeah, I was one of those guys. I was one of those. Like, send me your computer.
Geek Squad.
They're like, my computer broken. And you're like, bro, you literally just need to turn it on. And you just, like, I cannot tell you the amount of kids that would come in and they would be like, my computer's broken. And I would just like look at it. I'm like, this is not broken. I would look to like my teacher, like my supervisor. And she was awesome, by the way. And she would just be like, we know you're trying to get out of class, bro. We know. Go back. It's okay. And I would just turn it on.
My computer's
or do like a little
broken.
reset. You press like 2 buttons to do a reset on the Mac. Like half of my job was really just going like 2 little buttons to, I think it was the SMC reset or something. Because people would just be like, my computer don't work. It's like, dude, just turn it off. Turn it back on.
The classic fix.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a bunch of MacBook errors and there was a lot of problems. And kids would have stuff on their computers. They come in, they're like, I got in trouble. It's like, dude, you can't be watching Netflix. Like, what are you doing?
That reminds me of high school, bro. We had laptops in high school. These Fujitsus. They're like touchscreen tablets.
Is it like a Chromebook kind of thing?
It was like a tab, like it folded in half, and it was like you could write on it. And, it was a great idea for school, but no one used them. No one used them like that. Everyone played games. Yeah. Dude, people were playing Halo.
Dude,
like Modern Warfare.
Dude, about to say Black Ops Cold War.
Dude, no. Dude, they were playing. There was this other game. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it was a great game. Everyone used to play in class, and you like try not to get caught by the teachers. It was bad, dude. It was like not a appropriate use of the computers at all. But I was just thinking about this. I'm like, nah, I have to have more than 2 jobs outside of YouTube. Had to have. And I'm just running my mind while you're talking this whole time. Like, no, there's got to be more. I had to have more, right?
No,
dude.
This is all we know.
I haven't had like a legitimate job in over 20 years. That is crazy.
Over 20?
13 years, maybe.
Okay. That's
20. I was like, man, I'm not that old yet.
I was like, wait, still, are you 40?
Like, dude, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I had to like report to someone else as like a real job.
Yeah.
Amen to that. That's freaking awesome. I'm still kicking, and I haven't had to like go and get a job. That feels great. That makes me feel great, dude.
I'm like sitting here like, that's pretty sick, and I'm also reporting to somebody again.
I don't know. That just kind of dawned on me. I feel like I've had more different jobs than that, but I haven't. I really haven't.
It's pretty wild. Like when you think about like how much time we've put into.
That's how long it's been.
Like,
because I'm thinking, I'm like, over the summer, like what I do every summer in high school and in college, like I had to have had a job. And every summer it was YouTube. That was the job.
Yep.
That's awesome.
YouTube.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Great question.
No,
great topic.
Like that. It is insane how much that has taken up like half of our lives.
It's nuts.
It's absolutely unreal. The other thing too is I was thinking about. I was trying to think of like games that related to what you were talking about. A lot of us would. I remember Halo CE was passed around, like the first Halo, and people played it PvP. And the other thing I remember seeing was people had like a cracked. I don't know if cracked was the right word. No, it wasn't cracked. It was just a version. I don't know actually.
Like bootleg version.
It was like Borderlands 1 on like a USB, and like somebody would be like, and they like give you this USB, and the teachers would like, if they found you, they get the tech assistants to wipe it. So we'd have to wipe it for people and be like, dude, I'm sorry. And they're like, dude, I'm like level this on Borderlands.
Like, no, man.
Like, dude, I'm like level this. I'm like
all year for this. I failed 3 classes for this.
He's like, dude, literally like, please don't wipe my computer. Like I literally like this level on Borderlands. Like I'm really enjoying it. I'm like, just get an Xbox and play it at home, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, you're playing on a MacBook.
You don't understand, though. The lengths kids would go to, like, we had a home side and a school side. You had to be on your school side of your computer in school and connected to this, whatever it's called, something like virtual eyes or something.
Yeah.
Where the teacher could see everyone's screens. And then kids found, like, this way to get around it where they could, like, have, like, a fake screen they sent into the teacher. And meanwhile, they're, like, playing games on their other side of their computer. You see in class, you're like shit, get out of here right now. You get it. Your laptop's done for the year. It's crazy, dude. Good times.
I remember just like seeing the kid's face, and they're like, dude, like
you can tell who's playing games.
Yeah, and they're just like, don't wipe my computer.
You can tell, bro.
And then you wipe it, they're right back to it.
Oh yeah, dude. The whole next day, they're like working on getting back to another rank.
I could never do that. Like in school, I felt so bad.
I never did that.
I was such a good.
Same.
I was like,
I'm goody two shoes. Got to get a good grade. But there were so many kids who did it, and I was like, yo, I wish I had the balls to just do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom would kill me.
People would go shopping too. They'd be like on Amazon.
Oh yeah, dude.
You'd be like,
if I was going to high school now and I had a laptop, no way.
Dude, can you imagine
I'd be
Among
toast.
Us in the classroom environment now?
That'd be so legit.
Can you imagine being like on snack break or lunch break and you guys are just like because you could do it. I bet people did it,
dude. Right? They are probably doing it right now
without COVID though. COVID kind of messed all of that up, but I mean,
it's nuts, dude.
It's so weird like how tech is, and there's all this cross platform stuff now and everything. Like I wonder, like
it's probably so distracting now. Great topic.
I feel bad for the teachers.
A+ topic. It's got to be really hard to be a teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, thank you, Clado, for the wonderful topic.
Clado's a man.
Actually, there wasn't Clado. Hold on. Sorry, Clado. Clado, I have another question that we're going to read on another podcast in the future. So just shout out to Clado for no reason.
Clado.
If you could make your dream movie or game or TV show, what would it be? And it could be a spin-off or a sequel to anything or completely original. If you could be in charge of making something, whether it's a movie, a film, a game, all that kind of stuff, what would it be?
So it's like a pre-existing franchise or IP so I could make my own movie about whatever I want?
Yes.
That's hard.
It's a good question.
That's good, but I have no idea. You should have prompted me before we started so I had some
It's a good question.
To think about it. Do you have an answer for that? Or
I do.
I don't think I have an answer for that.
Really?
Like
Dude, I got it.
Give me yours first. I want to see where your head's at.
Okay. So for me, also, did I read who sent that? Hold on. Let me make sure. It was Dark Knight. Thank you.
Okay.
So the idea in my head. There's two questions or two answers that I have. Movie. I kind of stay out of the movie. I'm gonna be honest. The movie be a little bit harder for me to be super passionate about, I think. TV show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Easy answer. Easy answer. So when I was in college, I had a class that was it was like script writing, right?
Okay.
And I really enjoyed that class a lot because I really love really well-written TV shows, and character development, all that kind of stuff. Like I go nuts about it. That's what makes me tick. Like I'm watching The Expanse right now. I started it. Pog. Like such a good show so far. And I've heard nothing but good things, so I'm excited to keep watching it. Anyways, that's my replacement for The 100 right now. So I love that. But when I was in college, so I had this class in script writing, and we were tasked with creating our own. Basically, we were tasked with creating it was like, you need to make a script for a TV show pilot. Actually, was it a pilot? Yes, it was. You need to make a script for a TV show pilot that is revolved around a door. And that was like the premise. Is like, there just needs to be 2 characters talking around a door. That's your setup for a scene, and it's within a TV pilot. Go, right? And what I did for it is because everything that I love has to relate to delinquents or like lost people, right? Because Lost is my favorite show, or post-apocalyptic stuff or sci-fi stuff. I went down this route of doing like this. I want to say it was like a mashup of like Lost, The 100, and Fallout. It was like, like how Fallout has like bunkers and all this kind of stuff. It was basically like a post-apocalyptic show that I was like, I actually have like, originally it was like a couple pages of these 2 characters talking around the door. The door was a Fallout door. It was like a vault door.
Okay.
And they were wondering if they should like open it to go and see the outside. So I just thought that was really interesting. It's like 2 characters talking about like, what is the world like? And they don't know.
So they're inside the Fallout, the shelter.
They've been living there for like ever. Very The 100 in that way. It's like, like you don't know what the world's like.
Right.
And so that was like my premise. And I really liked doing it. I did like a couple pages for that one project. And then for our final project, it was like, we had all these other projects during the semester. And our teachers basically said, you can take any project and just expand on it for the final project. So I expanded on that one. And the requirements were, I expanded it to actually like a full, I think I did half or 3/4 of like an actual TV pilot for that concept. And that conversation is in there. And I think there's a good like 30 pages. That I wrote. It's like good 30 minutes of TV that I wrote for something that I've never continued since then. And it's like this weird thing in my like, I don't know, in my head that like, I really had a lot of fun writing that. Yeah. And it was like just about these characters debating if they should go outside, and it was debating on if the world's like livable. One of the characters like runs away and like, finds like one of them like takes the initiative to go see the outside, and they're all like freaking out because he did that. So it just sounded really interesting. And I wanted to write more, but I just haven't had the opportunity to. And I just love TV shows so much that I think if I could just magically have the power to make a TV show right now, I'd probably make something in that concept of like a bunch of people find a new world or something and they explore it. And I mean, I wrote like 30 pages. It'd be kind of fun to read it sometime.
That's awesome. If you still have it, you should read it.
That'd be like a fun episode.
That would be sick.
I actually have like...
You got to finish it though.
Dude, I know.
You can't come in here with a half-written episode. Get out of here.
But it's the thing is, I had the rest of it. Like, I think I had to write half of it for the project. Was like you write like half of a pilot, because a pilot's like 40, 44 minutes or something like that. And a minute is a page, basically. Yeah. And so I think I did like a little bit over half, and then I wrote like you could write like a summary at the end of like what would happen in the rest, because it was such a massive project to do. Yeah. And I mean, kind of lucky. My teacher was really nice to do that. He's like, just you can write this later half as well. So you don't write 50 pages. Right. So you write like 30 instead. But I had like an explanation of what happens in the episode, and then like where it ends on a cliffhanger to lead you into the next episode. But like, I want to write that. Like, I want to finish it.
Dude, finish it.
Like, I want to like, if I had free
You're more than
time,
halfway there if you're only going for about 50 pages.
Yeah. That's something that like, there's two things that I would do if I had more free time. It would be finish that or learn the piano. These are two very separate things, but like both of those I think I would
write my
love.
show pilot or play piano.
Yeah, but that was the concept that
That's a great answer.
I really wanted to do. And
What's the show called?
Bro, it's cringe. It's cringe. I didn't have a good name for it.
What was the name?
I don't want to say it.
Oh, come on, come on.
It was something like, bro.
Was it The Door?
That'd be kind of cool, actually. It sounds better than mine.
Door.
Mine has something to do with like Phoenix something.
Nah.
It was like, it was. It was like, was it Phoenix Rising?
Oh, come on. That's too like. It's too.
It was like placeholder. Like it definitely wasn't the final name.
Yeah, it was like
I wanted to write something
name.
of like people are like rise up from like
Okay.
underground basically.
Yeah.
They like it's people that are underground and they're sort of born again in a new world. But it's very on the nose just to call it Phoenix. But that was like the code name for it that I wrote. And I was like, I gotta finish this at some point. Cause like it's basically just like it's kind of like a novel, not novel, but like the way it's written could be like basically just like a script for like a Fallout TV show almost. It's like very similar, like in nature. That'd be really cool to see a Fallout TV show as well. So maybe that's part of it. It's like I really want to see something like that. I don't know.
That's a good answer.
Now,
I
what do you got,
definitely do. I
Matt?
definitely do not have an answer like that. So don't brace for anything great. I thought of something while you were
It
talking.
could be a
though.
game too.
It's not original.
Okay, that's fine.
But this would be great. For me, I think this would be really, really impactful. I would also do TV, and I would redo season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, you just won. You easily just won.
That is like the best. That's the best answer I can think of because I love that show.
God.
1 through 7, easily the best show I've ever seen. I don't think it'll ever be topped. Season 8 completely devalues the first 7 seasons. It just completely ruins everything they've built in one freaking 6-episode season. It's like they took the last 4 seasons that should have been 4 seasons and just crammed them into 6 episodes and said, this is what you get. We're done. It's like like brutal ending.
Yeah.
So I think
that's such a good answer.
I would I mean not that I would make it any better because that show's insane.
But let's just say you could make it like
let's say I had the capability, right? Like, yeah. I would that's what I would do.
Like
Absolutely.
you actually have the characters who are meant to do something important at the end, do something important.
Yeah.
And not just
I would
nothing.
continue. I mean, as Game of Thrones is great because nobody was safe. Truly no one was safe, or at least it felt that way.
Right.
At the end, all of the main characters live through the long night. Like how? Tell me how that everyone else is dead. There's thousands of people dead, and all of you managed to fight through it. Bullshit. Half of you are dying. Easily half of you are dying.
The thing that I remember watching about that season the most is every single time someone was about to die in the long night, they would just cut.
Yeah, like
they would cut away.
It just
and they would come back and they're like free, and you're like, how did they just get free?
Dude, I want to be like in every movie or show you watch, the protagonist or the hero, you know that they're guarded by the plot armor. You know that they're shielded by that. You're never gonna be heartbroken because they're like you're good. The show's over if they die. We're good. We know they're not dying.
Yep.
Game of Thrones didn't feel that way. I felt like they could have died. My guy could have died at any moment.
Yeah.
You should have killed my guy at the end. You should have killed him. At least a couple of them. Some people did die, but not enough.
Not enough. No,
It needed to be more realistic than it was.
That's such a
and
good
then
answer.
obviously the Mad Queen. Like no, dude, no. If you could take that route, but I needed like 4 more seasons to get me to convince me that she really went mad.
Yeah.
And was willing to do, because that was so out of character, like completely not her character whatsoever.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
So you got to rewrite that shit. And there were like multiple other like theories that I saw because I was super into it at the time. So many good theories. It would have been like, I don't even care if I've already read it. If they actually do that, I'd be like, yes, incredible. Like Bran being like that would have been nuts. Everyone was expecting it, but it would have been nuts still. Bummer. Anyway, that's what I would rewrite. That's what I would do.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's really sick.
Great question. Phenomenal topics. Keep them coming,
no,
please.
Seriously. And the other thing I was going to say with mine is like, you asked about a game too. I feel like I don't want to say what my dream game is because I'm working on a game, right? So
that's cool.
But I
Why don't you tell us about it?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Could be a game that's already
maybe
out.
this year.
Could be a game that's already out. You don't know.
You could. Maybe.
Or it could be a game that comes out tomorrow.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. No, but no, seriously,
I keep hitting the mic. Sorry.
I feel like with the game stuff, like I don't really have like an answer of like what my dream game is, because I feel like I actually want to like get to the point where I actually do like that's the one that seems like the most plausible that maybe I can do one day.
Yeah.
It's like make my dream game, right?
Yeah.
And the other stuff is like, oh yeah, I'm probably not gonna end up writing or making a whole TV show about the script I wrote, but the game stuff excites me. I think have a lot of thoughts on that one. Now I'm thinking like, what's my dream game? And I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to end the podcast there.
All right.
But yeah,
maybe at some point we'll be able to discuss the game of your dreams.
Yeah.
Or just games in general.
Dude, I'll tell you what one of my favorite games ever is. Sonic Adventure 2.
We will see you guys next episode.
Can we get a Sonic Adventure 3? Can we just end the podcast with that?
Maybe you should work on that game.
How do you know I'm not?
I don't know that you're not. I don't know anything because you haven't said anything. And we're all dying to know. So whatever game company you're working with, hurry it up and let us know. No, I'm playing. In due time. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys had a great Monday and enjoyed the podcast. It's super late here, as usually is when we record, but I had a lot of fun with this show. And we'll see you all next week. Drop your comments, leave a like, do what you got to do, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.